Hey everyone, Solomon here from Wynn. On this video, I'll be reviewing the Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard 100% Whey Protein Powder. Probably one of the most widely available protein powders you'll see on the market. I see it everywhere from Costco to Walmart to Amazon, bodybuilding.com. You can get it pretty much anywhere that anything is sold for the most part. And this video will pretty much highlight why I think it's probably one of the better protein powders you can get, and my pretty much go-to protein powder for just about any use. So what makes this protein powder great is that it's very versatile, as I mentioned earlier. You're looking at 120 calories per scoop, which allows it to fit in pretty much any form of weight management you're looking at. If you want to lose weight, that's a great low calorie per serve. If you want to gain weight, it gives you a good base to start off. If you want to make your own protein shakes and custom blends, throw it in with some fruits, some Greek yogurt, even a tablespoon of olive oil, and you pretty much got a weight gaining shake right there. It's also got around 24 to 25 grams of protein per scoop as well, which is a great kind of protein per scoop per calories. So if you are looking at gaining weight, my quick tip would be to not buy weight gaining or mass gaining shakes. Just get something like this ON whey powder, or it's just whey protein powder, and just add in your own extra calories. It's going to be cheaper, you'll know what's going into it, and I think it'll be slightly healthy for you, because a lot of those weight gainer shakes are going to be mainly just extra sugar, and that's how they get their calories in. I will leave links below for Amazon, so check that out if you want to grab a tub of protein for yourself. What we'll do now is go over the ingredient profile for the protein powder. It's going to be pretty simple just because it is bare bones protein powder. You're not looking at any extra ingredients there. Obviously, the first ingredient is going to be that whey protein blend. Their protein blend includes whey protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, as well as whey peptides. If you don't know, whey protein is pretty much a byproduct of the milk and cheese production and other dairy manufacturing processes. They used to actually sell it to livestock back in the day until some genius marketer and found out that we can sell it to people that want to put on muscle because it's just straight up protein. And the different levels of protein are really just the amount of processing that goes into it. So whey protein concentrate is going to be that first level of protein that's extracted during that manufacturing process. And then to get that isolate, they're really just processing out more of those extra ingredients. They're really just filtering out fat and carbohydrates, so that you're left with more dense protein. And then whey peptides come from whey isolate because they're further, again, breaking down those proteins and amino acids to come up with that final product. So what you really want to look for, depending on your digestion system, is whey protein isolate is going to might be helpful for you if you do suffer from lactose intolerance. I have mild lactose intolerance, so I've never felt any discomfort with using the ON 100% whey gold. So something to keep in mind: experiment with different forms of protein and then look at different brands as well, just because depending on the manufacturing process, what they strip out and what's left in that protein isolate might be, just disagree with you, or it might be fine for you. So just play around with that. I do dive into the differences between concentrate, isolate, and peptides on my blog post. Check that link out below if you do want to dive into that and just find out a little bit more information as to what the differences are between those three types of whey protein. But just know, long story short, they're all whey and they're all generally good for you. It just depends on how much extra stuff you're getting in that. And that's really the main ingredient of it. They're not really adding any fat or carbohydrates. They're really just there as residuals from the manufacturing process, since we can't completely strip out fat and carbs from the protein mix at this level. If you do want to do that, you have to obviously pay more for more of a premium product, and you're looking at more of a specific type of protein powder. The other ingredients that are included are mainly there for mixability and flavor reasons. The only reason I'm really talking about them here is that they are in the tub, and they're not really listing them as any sort of health aids or any health benefits to you. So you really don't have to worry about what's included in there, other than none of that is unhealthy for you, none of it is unsafe, and none of it will pretty much do anything other than make it taste good. First off is soy lecithin, which is a thickening agent just to help with that texture when you drink it. I have mixed it with water, milk, fruit shakes. That's about it, even with some ice cream. And the mixability is great. The flavor is great. The only thing that I would advise against is mixing it with hot coffee. It seems to coagulate the powder in a weird way. Cold coffee is fine, but hot coffee just seems to interact with that powder just a little weird. Next off will be cellulose gum. Again, just there to thicken the product. It's mainly used as a thickener for other food products on the market. The next thickener is xanthan gum. Again, no ill health effects. Next off is going to be salt. Again, there's a lot of health assertions around that. You can probably dive into a bit more research on that. Again, not really putting any meaningful quantities here unless you're on like a significantly salt reduced diet. The salt quantities actually vary depending on the flavor you choose. Obviously, a salted caramel is going to have more salt in it than a vanilla for obvious reasons. So just look at the label if that's something that is a concern for your specific circumstances. The next two artificial sweeteners are sucralose and acesulfame potassium. Both are safe in terms of FDA approval. I haven't really noticed any artificial sweetener bad taste. Some of those artificial sweeteners tend to taste bad. For my personal preference, I haven't noticed that. Unless you're hypersensitive to the taste of sucralose, you might have to look elsewhere. And finally, lactase. That's an enzyme that does help with digesting lactose, so that might help you if you do experience those lactose intolerant symptoms. Wynn is a pretty reputable brand. They've gone through several third-party verifications, and what's listed on the product, I feel safe saying that it's pretty much going to be in the tub. So right now, Wynn offers around 20 different flavors of the Gold Whey. I haven't tried all of them. I've tried a fair amount of them depending on what goes on sale on Amazon or at Costco or at Walmart. Again, just cycle between those three, and then when you find a good price, I generally grab 2 to 4 tubs, depending on how much I have lying around in the house, just because it keeps for about 1 to 2 years, depending on when you buy it and where the product is in their inventory management. I like vanilla in general, but it does add to that versatility of having no real flavor, so you can kind of add it to anything. Other than that, the top 5 flavors are going to be cookies and cream, chocolate malt, chocolate peanut butter, mocha cappuccino, and wrapping up with coffee. I think there's some pretty base flavors that they hit really well. Standout bad flavors for me include strawberry, banana, and any other flavor combinations I've tried. And in terms of value and price, the Wynn Gold Whey is pretty much right there. It's nothing to write home about, but it's also not too expensive. I'll throw in a chart that you can see. I do think it represents great value for what you're getting, because you aren't getting a lot of extra stuff. You're really just getting what you pay for, which is a protein powder, and that's all I want. I don't want extra stuff. I don't want to put creatine. I love creatine. I take it, but I don't want that in my protein powder. Any of the extra crap, I just want the basic level of protein, and that's it. In terms of quality, again, Wynn's a pretty reputable brand. As far as I'm aware, I haven't read or come across any stories or reports of like amino acid spiking, nitrogen spiking, ingredients not being what they are. They do have third-party verification. They have their own in-house verification. They're an international brand. So I think I could be safe in saying that what they put on the label is what you're going to get in the tub, obviously given a few degrees of variance and tolerances on the manufacturing process. But it's not something I would be concerned about. Unless you've come across some sort of news article, that'd be great to know. Let me know and we can update the video. But as of 2021, there's been no concerns around quality regarding any of Wynn's products in regards to what's on the label is what's in the tub. Overall final rating and review, this gets 5 tubs, pretty much the perfect product. There's nothing in there that you don't need, and what's in there is only there for flavor and mixability. It's a great blend of protein. The quality's right there. The flavor's great, apart from those flavors, but that's my individual preference. The only one random thing is doesn't mix well with hot coffee, and I'm guessing it doesn't mix well with any hot beverages. Maybe that heat interacts with the powder somehow. But other than that, if you're looking for a protein powder and you see this on the shelf, highly recommend picking it up. If you see it cheaper than the standard retail price, pick up a couple of tubs and then don't worry about buying protein powder for a couple of months. You can use it for cutting, for bulking, for weight maintenance. I use it as a meal replacement, as a post-workout shake. If I'm feeling hungry, as a snack. Literally anytime that I need protein powder, I'll just grab this, mix it with water. It mixes fine with both water and milk. or any other beverage that seems suitable for this type of drink. So I wouldn't worry about that. And again, even at room temperature, it tastes fine. Obviously, cold is a little bit better for this type of dairy product. Not a real big fan of room temperature milk. But with that in mind, I can't find any negatives regarding this protein powder. If you do have some, let me know in the comments below. I'd be curious to see what other people have to say about Owen's Gold Whey. So again, highly recommend checking it out. I'll leave links in the description below so you can buy some on Amazon. And this has been Selwyn from Wynn Strength. And remember, a better life through strength. The Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard 100% Whey Protein Powder.